Hi there, thanks for tuning into Girl Talk. We have an awesome show for you. I say that every time because I can never come up with something better because it's always awesome.
It's good. It's a good thing to say.
Awesome. It is always awesome. So Jessa wants to talk about personal lives today.
Well,
I got a new job.
You got a new job?
I got a new job.
Where are you working?
I'm bartending at Sunset Bar and Grill.
And where's that?
It's on Lake Conant, kind of like near Fort Atkinson.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, it's so much fun in the summer. They have live bands. They have this huge sand area, outdoor tiki bars.
Very nice.
Let me clarify. You got an extra job.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going on 3.
All right. That's a good way to be. 3 jobs.
Yep. Dissing any of the others.
No. I'm never leaving Girl Talk until you kick me out.
Just checking.
Do they have special fancy drinks there?
They do. Well,
What's the favorite of yours?
Well, I just started.
Oh, just make it up.
I know that they have like a sunset kind of like cocktail, which includes 4 different kinds of flavored yummy rums.
Rums, I was gonna guess.
Yeah.
Rums and something pink, maybe, or orange.
And then like a swamp water, which is kind of like a Lake Koshkana, Cambridge area kind of thing.
I think you passed.
Lime vodka.
I think you'll still work there by the time they see this.
Yeah. I know, they're getting a huge plug right
They
now.
already love me. Come on.
It's all good.
Bartending is a lot of fun, a good way to meet
So
people and
Emily
chit-chat.
was with us last week. What's going on in your life?
What is going on with my life? Let's see.
Don't you feel like you always have to think about it when people ask, like, what's
No,
new?
there's
And you're
always
like,
so much
nothing.
going on.
Nothing exciting?
Let's see, planning for summer with children can always be very busy. I guess I'll reach out to the parents out there in the audience and some of us here, which
You
you
have
don't
2
quite,
kids.
2 little ones. Getting the day-to-day, their days filled up for summer planning can be extra intense, and so we start this early. There's lots of different great camps out there. There's lots of fun things to do, but sometimes you have to patch it all together, and then you don't realize there's like a whole week where there's nothing going on. So it's a challenge, but it's really fun, and there's Madison offers awesome stuff for kids in the summer. So if you have some free time as a parent, just get outside and kick the ball around.
I went to camp once as a child, and I wish that would have happened more.
I only went to day camp. I never went to sleepaway camp, which I wish that I would have. So
Yeah.
when mine are a little bit older, they're definitely going, because that's nice for the parents too. so that's what's going on in my life right now.
And you make s'mores.
You
and
learn how to build a
canoe.
fire,
You meet
canoe,
boys. Yes.
and meat boys. Yes.
We see whose priorities are where.
She's like,
From a
what?
very young age.
From very early on. Oh my gosh, fun. Thanks
about
for
you?
doing that.
Yeah, what
We're
about
out
you?
of time, so we're gonna have to talk about our guests. I'm still pregnant. There's no.
That's
what's
all that's going
in my
on with
life. I'm
Jessa.
just being pregnant.
That is
at
kind of what
large.
it is at that time.
So we do have a great show for you. We're going to chat with Conant Automotive. He's going to give us some car care tips. Always great stuff. You don't want to miss it. We're going to talk to Madison Medium, a really exciting segment that we can't wait. Elise is going to recap our last visit with her. And West Town Mall, fashion. What a great time to talk fashion. That's going to be next here on Girl Talk. Hey folks, welcome back to Girl Talk. This is the perfect time to talk about fashion because gosh, isn't it that time of year where you have no idea what you're gonna wear?
That's all the time of
Well, maybe that's all the time. As the weather fluctuates, so you start looking through your wardrobe, and we have the perfect guest to address just that topic. This is Tiffany Schultz, who joins us from the West Town Mall, and we're so glad to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me today.
We are amidst all these beautiful looks, and we're going to talk about them today. So they're, of course, I'm already in love with these shoes. I'm already planning my next purchase. But you've got some features from a few different stores at West Town Mall, and we'll run through all of them. So let's start with Dry Goods, the outfitter.
We have some three great collections here today, all of which can be dressed up, dressed down, perfect staples that you need in your closet. Whether it's an impromptu night out with your girlfriend or if you have a business meeting. This collection here from Dry Goods is a great outfit to dress up or dress down. We have a hand washable blazer, perfect. You don't have to dry clean it. You can just hand wash it. Everybody loves that.
Yeah.
Paired with a nice flowy top. And what's great about this is you can either tuck it in with your favorite skirt, or you can wear it nice and flowy with a pair of jeans, pair it with a pair of dress pants.
I like flowy because then you can have a big lunch.
Right.
This is great. We were gushing over this jacket. It's so beautiful.
And a perfect pair of skinny jeans for a night out on the town. It'll work for casual Friday in your office. If you want to dress this up a little bit, throw on a pair of dress pants, put a pair of, office heels on, and you're good to go.
That's what I love about outfits like this, is it's so easy to make it a little more casual and go have dinner with your friends, or dress it up and wear it to work, and it's an easy switch too if you're doing both during the day. And this is a great purse that just, pulls the whole outfit together.
Right, and it works with so many different outfits too. So the total cost of this outfit as seen with the purse is $275 at Dry Goods.
reasonable.
So,
Yes.
and if you start breaking apart the pieces, you can mix and match with other items that you have in your closet as well.
Absolutely.
So
I think that's wonderful. What a great store, what a great look.
Are there any other items here from that store?
the shoes are from Dry Goods as well.
Okay, good. Those are my
And
favorite.
Those
I need to know.
are, those are
We know where to go.
That's really what I wanted you to tell me about.
Matting Girl Cage from front pumps, and
Oh,
they're
that's a
neutral
great
style,
name.
and they finish off a look flawlessly. So $50, awesome shoe to have in your
$50?
closet. Yes. So
And you can wear them to go to the batting cage? Fantastic. Just kidding. That would be flawless.
And what we were saying, I don't want to get too stuck because we got to move on, but what we were saying beforehand is I love, this kind of makes you feel more stable in a little heel. So what a great design. But let's move on. You've got two other looks.
Yes, we have a collection here from Apricot Lane, and that's a tribal print blazer. You can either wear it to the office or out for cocktails after work. Dress it down with a pair of skinny jeans. We have 3 pairs that we brought with us from Apricot Lane, ranging from $68 to $120.
I noticed that you brought a pair of the Just Black brand, and I bought a pair of those from Apricot Lane, and they're my absolute favorite jean. Wear them all the
Testimonials,
time.
here we go.
Yeah, they have just enough stretch and give to make them a very comfortable piece
Right,
to have
exactly.
in your closet. You have a business meeting, dress it up with a pair of trousers or black dress pants, and add a pair of heels, which they also sell at Apricot Lane, and you have the complete business look.
I forget that they do shoes too. You can
They
really
do it
do the
all.
whole thing. I know.
And they do it so well.
They do. Lovely ladies over there too.
And our last collection is from Teresaki Designs. That's a Mark Aura Overdyer bomber jacket. A little bit higher price point on that jacket at $415. However,
cute, though.
if you look at the textured shirt underneath and the pair of white jeggings, perfect jean to have in your closet. The scarf is only $19, so you
nice.
can mix and match price points there. That outfit, take off the jacket, you have a nice summer look if you're going to the beach, at a resort, out for dinner. That shirt, I believe, is only
Oh, and I love how it has like the peekaboo.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
I didn't notice. Yeah, so cute.
So the shirt is priced at $136, but pair them with the $69 jeans and add a pair of, yellow or blush pumps, and you have a complete resort outfit there.
Ready.
Yellow.
I
Yeah,
like
the
the yellow
jacket's a little
shoes.
higher price point, but gosh, you can wear that with just about anything. I mean, that goes with so many out things. So
Right.
versatility. Well, thank you for showing us all the different price points. I know I want to go shopping now.
That's right.
Thanks, Tiffany.
Spring shopping.
So much for sharing this. All these looks are over at the West Town Mall, so go find them over there. Do your shopping. We're going to talk to Melanie Fritz with Madison Medium when we return and get the scoop on how Elise's read went last time we saw her. We'll be right back.
Hi folks, and welcome back to Girl Talk. We are so lucky today to be back here with Melanie Fritz from Madison Medium. If you all caught the show last time, Melanie and Elise had a read on air, which went very well and was very intense. And what you may not know is afterward they met for another read, which was several hours. And Melanie is back here today to bring some clarity with what you saw on Girl Talk last time and also fill us in on what happened in private. So please welcome back. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, it was really hard to leave her, just 5 minutes, and then to have to go out afterwards because kid finish was really tricky. But I got a hold of her afterwards, and she came over, and we spent a good couple of hours actually.
Yeah, we did.
Just the end didn't seem super positive, and I know that it just feels like a lot has changed since our initial meeting, and it seemed like the tone of what I was saying wasn't as positive as I had hoped that it would be. And I wanted to make sure that we met so that we were able to dig in further and figure out what it meant and what the being stuck meant and that type of thing. And I really feel like we got to that, I think you did too, actually. We got to the root of that. But what I noticed, what felt really important to me as we did that 5-minute stint was the numbers were really standing out, some of which were caught on film and some which weren't. And you were making sense of that. But a lot of times I'm not 100% sure when I say 24, what that means to you or how important it is and that type of thing. And so really, what I took away from it was the months and the dates or the numbers that we ended up bringing up here as positive affirmations, things that there's no way that I could have known. But I think it's more important to know what you took away, what they need to know, what you took away from it more so than anything.
And I find that really interesting because what you're saying, you often don't know what it is, but we could see from Elise's reaction that she knew what it was.
I know, and in the 5 minutes, I don't want to waste any time with my blabber.
No, tell us what things meant to you.
So right away, you started the interview and you wanted to connect with my grandma, who you've connected with before, but I already knew that wasn't going to happen because Kevin and I had a conversation that morning, and I just knew that he was going to show up and he was going to be the stronger presence that day. And because we have some unfinished business, and it's in the best way, but we have a conversation that still needed to happen. And with that, you dove in right away and you said a lot has changed from our previous meeting, and it had. I mean, a lot of people have different theories about what happens after suicide. But I believe that Kevin was still with me because I didn't want to let him go. And months after our initial meeting, I did. I had kind of like a ritual with myself, and I let him go. And I think that is what you meant, and that is what you touched on when you said he didn't know that it could be this good because he's in a different place. Moving forward with that, with the positive affirmation, yes, you mentioned 24, and he would have been 24 this year. But going further than that, I was having a conversation with myself that morning before our interview, and I was thinking, gosh, if he was with me right now, he would be 24, and I would be 28. So it went just a step further. Also, I'm reading my notes because there's so many things. Also, you mentioned about me not being able to kind of explain the relationship or our connection with one another. And that is really difficult because he and I knew each other for such a small fragment of what people would consider a lifetime. But it was so impactful in my life. Not only after his death, but especially before. I mean,
you just meet people and you click. Right. There are just some people in this world that soulmates come in many forms, and they can be in your life for a minute, they can be in your life for years, but I have goosebumps when I say this too, like you just know when you meet them, and I truly believe that that's what he was acknowledging for you so that you can set it aside.
Yes, and then also just more affirmation, you mentioned the funeral service being like something specifically difficult for me, and specifically difficult was I knew hardly anyone. Like I said, it was such a small fraction of time that we were together, but they all welcomed me with such open arms, and I went in thinking that there was going to be a lot of like ill will towards me because of how things turned out, and there wasn't. And I think that he wanted to kind of like give me a hug in that way because it was one of the most difficult things that I've ever been through.
Absolutely.
There's so much more I want to talk about, but we have to go.
I know. God, well, I didn't even realize we're out of time because it's like captivating. But thank you for sharing that. It's a hard thing to do on TV, both of you.
I am so glad. Absolutely. I am so glad, though. I mean, you've mentioned that before, and I've had some friends and family that have watched the interview on TV, and it wasn't hard for me. I am so glad that I get to share the gift that Melanie has given with me, with all of you, and hopefully you will come to her if you feel it's right for you.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're grieving or suffering from the loss of a loved one, Melanie Fritz, Madison Medium, is fabulous, as you can see. So thank you, Melanie, for sharing that. We'll be back with more Girl Talk after the break. Stick around. Hello and welcome back to Girl Talk. So we've had all kinds of fun so far today, but this is the segment we've been promising you would be here. We're talking about winter maintenance for your car. I don't think there could be a more perfect time to have this discussion as the cold rolls in and we start buckling down, thinking about what could go wrong with our cars this year. This is Joe Conant, as you may recognize from Conant Automotive, and we're so glad to have you back, Joe. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. It's been a while.
So yeah, we're glad to see you, and we love having you, and we love how you give us these great tips for our vehicles, and let us just kind of shoot the breeze about any questions that we have. So let's kind of start with some of the things on the table and talking about what we can do to kind of get ready for the year.
All right, well, since winter is here, it's real simple to make sure that your vehicles start every morning. First things first is a good battery. I suggest every 3 years, and that might be a little bit early for some, but it's cheap insurance. A battery should cost you installed right around $130 anywhere.
Huh, that's it, huh?
And if you divide that up per year, it's pretty cheap insurance.
Yeah.
The other thing is having your oil changed, so that's done and out of the way.
Did you see my face? I need one, yeah.
It's just to make that car start when it's supposed to when we get down to the 10 below. Them are the two major things to get done.
Okay. And with the oil changes in the winter, now, typically you've told us that 3,000 mile mark. Do you think sooner, or are we still good at 3,000?
Well, mainly it's we set it at 4,500 on the oil that we use.
Okay.
I suggest going with a semi-synthetic or a full synthetic oil change. I'm glad you brought that up because you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
So you see the signs that say 1995 oil change. You're not getting what your vehicle needs.
Okay.
You're going to spend $50, $60.
I'm glad you asked or brought that up too. Is I never know if that's worth the money. You know, there's all these different price points and different oils, and I have an older vehicle, and going into the winter, you think it's worth spending the money on the better oil?
Oh, always. Always.
How do you know what oil they're putting in?
Trust, branding, brand name, like if you go to like a Valvoline, Pennzoil, Quaker State, when you go to the lower price, like the 1995, they're generally using the lowest cost oil to make, because an oil change, the money that's made on an oil change is really not that much because you have so much tied up in the product itself. So 1995, you're not getting the greatest oil.
Right, because they've got to have some margin, or what's the point?
Yeah, you got to have margin.
Yeah,
I mean, we're in business, so yeah, you have to have margins.
So that's good to know. And I love the battery tip too, because when your battery does die, and I've had this happen, then you're stuck. And then you're dealing with expenses like possibly towing or having somebody come out to you. And for the price, I didn't even think it was that inexpensive to get that changed. It's really great.
They're very, for what you're getting, that's very inexpensive.
So
Isn't there a way to tell how old it is? It seems like I remember.
Yeah, it should be a date code right on the top there where it's punched out.
I'll see that.
Generally, that's what they're supposed to do. A lot of places sometimes, get into a hurry and don't put the date that it's put in.
So interesting.
So you're just a guessing game. Quickly on the battery situation, this is a little piece of equipment that you can get for right around about $200. It may seem like a lot of money, but they do come smaller. And this is actually a jump pack, meaning you can jump start a vehicle. You can even jump start a big diesel truck.
Wow.
With just that.
And you can also power a laptop, your phone. I've recommended this to a lot of people that have kids that are going to college. They can stick that in their vehicle. And that way they don't get the call on a Sunday night when they're 200 miles away. At least they can get home safe.
Or you have to ask a stranger.
Exactly.
Right.
That's what I was just saying
Yeah.
too.
Yep.
I just got chills because I've had to do that before, and it's always worked out. But if I had something like that, boy, that would take.
And that's
this-
a bigger unit. They do come smaller, and like I say, they're right around the 250, 250 range.
Where do you get that?
I know Farm and Fleet has them. I mean,
Okay.
everybody has them now.
Oh, really? Wow.
And
I'm
what do
not
you call
in the
them?
loop.
It's just a battery jump pack.
Okay. Now, what's this fun gadget?
This is something I recommend people keep in their vehicles. It's a snow broom. Basically, it's foam so you don't scratch the paint, so you can actually clean all the snow off your vehicle so you're not driving down the road with all this snow on it.
Especially the hood where it can blow
Yeah, it
back.
blows in.
Exactly. And also, since we're on that subject of cleaning off where the windshield wipers go, the cowl area, what happens is you'll get into such a hurry, you'll get the wipers going, and it basically will destroy the wiper motor. Because
they get
it's
stuck?
Oh
because
no,
it
I do
gets
this all
stuck.
the time too. I do everything wrong.
And
what
wiper
I'm
motors
learning.
are kind of expensive to replace, so you definitely want to get your car clean. On the wiper subject here, we got two kinds of wipers. You got the beam type, and you got the old suspension type, I'll call them. Well, snow and ice can get trapped in here, and then your wiper blade's doing nothing. And I know you've probably experienced that going down the road. You're not cleaning the window.
So it's
Where-
going, but it's not
Right, it's
cleaning,
not making
working.
contact.
Yeah.
Whereas this one here will make full contact with the windshield, and it's less likely to get snow built up on it. So there's a safety thing too.
How often are you supposed to change out your windshield wipers?
I recommend once a year,
Once a
twice a
year?
year
Okay.
maybe, because they are out in the elements, they're getting beat up, and people overlook them.
What
were
another
those
thing I
called
need?
again?
The beam, it's beam type. Basically, everything made now has this type on it. New vehicles, that is. But older vehicles, they have these for the older vehicles, but these will work also.
If you have the older ones, can you can
Yes,
switch
yeah.
to, you can go to
Yep,
either
you can
way.
get the new ones.
And what should we be spending on a set of windshield wipers like this?
You get what you pay for.
Yeah.
You should spend probably $15 to maybe $30 on a set.
Okay, that's we can do that.
Don't get
that's
the
not bad.
$2 ones because they're not going to work out for you.
Could be a stocking stuffer.
You know what,
$2
Janet? That's not. No, we get the good ones if you're going to do that. Oh my gosh, Joe, thank you so much. Is there anything else here we want to talk about, or we cover the important
Real
things?
quickly. When you got car keys, have them look like this. One key, maybe house key, and the key fob.
Okay.
This is bad. You don't need all this stuff on your keychain.
Right.
It wears out the ignition lock cylinder,
Does it?
and it's just it's
Because of the weight?
because of the weight. That's always hanging on the little ignition lock cylinder, and it wears them out prematurely.
Interesting. I didn't know that. And safety, you know, when you're fumbling around getting into your car, you got to be careful safety-wise, too.
Exactly.
Joe, this is all fabulous. Thank you so much for these
You're welcome.
fantastic tips. Joe is from Conant Automotive out in Stoughton. Make sure you check him out. And thanks for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you to all of our guests, and thank you for watching. Join us next time for Girl Talk.